Did you miss me? Wow. Let me put some sweetness in the air. It's my Palo Santos. Yes, it's been a while. It has been a while. You know what? I'm trying something new. It's a new year, new direction. We're trying something new. So let me know what I need to work on so I can tweak it. You know, every time we do a video, we're just going to have to upgrade it, I guess, somehow. Anyways, this is Sherry from Sip and Think with Sherry. This is Palo Santos, and I am just putting some sweetness around and blessing the energy around me and the aura. I have up here right now on my screen is I have my notes off to the side. So please forgive me if I have to maneuver some things. I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect. But the more you do it, the better you become, right? So, Sherry, yeah, you haven't done a sip and think in a long time. Well, I promised a friend of mine that I would give him at least 1 to 2 sip and thinks per month. And today it's raining. I'm home. It's a Friday night, TGIF, right? And I kind of felt like I was in the mood and said, why don't I just, you got to start somewhere, Sherry. So my topic for tonight is, hold on, why January is about direction and not perfection, right? So January is about direction, not perfection, because the start of the new year is meant to help you set a course, not demand flawless execution right away, right? So obviously, it's a new year. It's January. I'm setting a course, but my execution is not flawless, especially in the beginning, right? I think I'm addicted to saging. I was doing protection at the beginning of the week. It's that energy, man. That new year energy, right? So let's see. So when I did my research in regards to January and kind of putting this whole direction is not perfection is because we're not perfect, we're human, right? And it's okay to go down a path and it might not be the right path. It just means maybe you have to go down another path to get to your ultimate goal. Like, do you have a goal? I don't know. It's January. Have you set your goals for the year yet? Financial, emotional, physical, you know? So it says here, there are 5 reasons to why having your mindset put together in a new year, like in the beginning, right? So there's 5 reasons. 1 is new beginnings are about clarity, not pressure. 2, perfection creates paralysis. 3, progress beats intensity. 4, you're allowed to evolve. And 5, sustainable habits start imperfectly. Right? So it says here, January gives us a chance to reset our goals for the future, right? Mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically. So it's time to ask yourself, what do I want more of this year? What matters to me now? And it says that you don't need all the answers yet, but choosing a direction is enough to begin moving forward. I don't have all the answers. I have my notes. Obviously, I had to put notes together. And this is my first time doing a live in January of 2026 on Sip and Think. It's not perfect. It's not flawless. I'm looking at it right now where I have my screen split up. I'm live here, right? I'm learning to adjust next to my live screen, which, by the way, sometimes keeps like stopping or going slow. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but I guess I'll just have to figure it out. Next to my live stream on my YouTube is a chat box. So if anyone sends me a message or a chat during my live, I'm able to respond or read. And let's see here. And then I have next to that is my outline for tonight's topic. I do have a Sip and Think. Yes, I'm on the front of it. Yep, I'm in a bathing suit on the deck, holding 2 Sip and Think mugs. On the back, it says, "You are my sunshine," because that's what my mother would always say. So, oh, these cups, yeah, you can get these cups. They were a limited edition. Anyways, let's keep going. Perfection creates paralysis. So when people aim for perfection in January, they often set unrealistic goals, quit after one off day, feel behind before the month even ends. Yep. We can have good intentions, but I guess we gotta follow through with those intentions, right? I have my abalone shell here, my red dragon's blood. My white sage, I have to get more because I've pretty much saged myself out. My Palo Santos. I got to make sure that everything dries underneath because right now it's wet. I had it outside and it started raining, so that's why I keep lighting it. Plus, I love the smell of it. Yeah, my Envision Dream matches. Directions allow flexibility. You can adjust as you learn. Instead of stopping because things aren't flawless. Oh my God, is this video totally me right now? I am the outline. I totally am the outline. Wow. All right. So, direction, not perfection, right? But direction allows us to have flexibility. Number 3, progress beats intensity. Small, consistent steps taken in the right direction. Hold on, let me move my cursor. In the right direction matter more than a perfect plan you never follow. So basically, small, consistent steps, almost like inch by inch, it's a cinch. You'll get there. It may not be perfect, but at least you'll get there. Whereas someone who doesn't do it at all, they're never going to get there. They're still stuck at the start line, right? January is about building momentum, not proving discipline. So they're just saying, listen, if there's something that you want to do, now's probably the best time to start, you know? Now, don't get me wrong. Any time of the year, you can actually start something new as long as you really want it and it's consistent, right? Me, I'm a procrastinator at times. I'm sure those who have followed along have been like, one minute she's there, the next minute she isn't. What's going on? Well, I have a lot of outside influences that keep popping up into my life. And I have to sit there and say, Sherry, you got to make a decision here. Are you going to continue to allow this outside noise influence your direction? Or are you going to take this time and this moment to listen to inside yourself and say, you know what? I really don't want to go in that direction. I want to listen to myself and I want to do what makes me happy. And there are goals that I want to achieve. And I am putting together a vision board. I am trying to take the things that are in my head and put them out there into the universe. I can do that all day, but until I actually start doing it, it's not going to happen. So I made a plan. I put my plan together and I voiced it out into the universe and onto YouTube through my Sherry's Dreamcatcher with my business journey journal and my 2026 business outline, right? Every single day I am working towards that plan. I know that we're only into like the first full week of January, but every single day that I've gotten up, I have done something towards my plan, towards my goal. That is where I'm at right now. Again, I know life happens and things change, and um, one minute we feel great, the next minute we feel like crap. And sometimes our emotions can get ahead of us. It's hard to want to do anything when your heart is broken. When you or if you're depressed or you're mentally not there, or, like financially, you just can't seem to get out of the negative. Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. But I'm not going to let that negativity define who I am. I'm literally putting my foot forward and saying, Sherry, this is the year you're going to follow the plan. And you're just going to have to keep going through it. Get it. I may get sick. Okay. Understandable. Sherry, you may have to change things. Okay. But I told myself I was going to follow this plan to the best of my ability. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be Sherry. But if I continue on the path that I'm doing, and we can check in again in another 30 days, considering my plan says 1 to 2 videos per month, this is your first video. Maybe you'll get a second one in the month of January. Great. But technically in 30 days or about, you should be getting another video from me for Sip and Think, because my plan is to give you at least one, which is a minimum, each month for the rest of the year. So you can hold me to it and then be like, you know what? She didn't do it. I don't believe her. Whatever. Right? So that's fine. That's fine. You can hold me accountable. That's fine. As long as I enjoy doing what I'm doing, right? Let's see. That was a little spiel about progress beats intensity. So yeah, we're taking small steps consistently. And how I'm doing it is right now, every day I wake up, I'm putting a different mindset to what I want completed. We'll test that theory in another couple of months. Q1, that's all you got. All right, so number 4, you're allowed to evolve. Who you are in January may not be who you are in June. That's basically what I was trying to say. I could be null and void by June, or I could have evolved by June. Direction gives you room to change goals, refine habits, and learn what actually works for you. So, Q1, if it's a solid Q1, that will help us figure out what direction we're going to go in for Q2. Now, mind you, Q1, it's raining, it's snowing, it's 17 degrees. Sometimes it's negative 17 degrees with the wind chill. Nobody really wants to go out in the winter. So staying home seems to be like the best thing to do, right? Now, I still want to enjoy myself. I still need to make content. I still need to get out there. But Q2 is going to be like a step from Q1, right? Meaning that the season's going to change. So when the seasons change, your body changes, your mindset changes. You're not in the same mind frame that you are when it's January and negative 3 degrees. You know, the sun's shining, you want to be out in nature and running through the trees barefoot on the grass, going, possibly getting ready to go into the beach. It depends on where you live. I'm in the Northeast. So if it's a great May in Q2, oh my God, we want to be at the beach, right? I also work a full-time job too. And I'm a mother and I'm a grandmother and I'm a wife. So I do have my challenges, right? And I want to travel. So it's a lot to roll in, right? But yeah, so you're allowed to evolve. So let's get through Q1 and then maybe we can reflect back on this video in the beginning of Q2 to see how we need to change our goals, refine habits, or learn what actually worked and go from there. All right. Number 5, sustainable habits start imperfectly. Obviously, this whole video is imperfect. Lasting routines are built through trial and error. January is the testing ground, not the final exam. So, why January is about direction, not perfection, is because the start of the new year is meant to help you set a course, not demand flawless execution right away. And we just went over the 5 reasons, right? New beginnings are about clarity, not pressure. Perfection creates paralysis. Progress beats intensity. You're allowed to evolve, and sustainable habits start imperfectly. So that is the topic of Sherry Sip and Think today. We're not done. I just figured if I had some structure or a topic to really kind of go on, then what we can do. I know you love me. All right, so now, hold on. I have this whole basket of stuff. So I can take that down. Hold on. Yeah, got this in Arizona. My dream catcher. My office is under construction. So nothing is really a fun one. All right, hold on a second. And that was in my basket of goodies. All right, so we're going to need our affirmators because I want to pull some cards and see how it correlates with our topic tonight. I will put our affirmators love and relationship to the side just because I'm not sure about time. Oh. Do you want me to do it? Do you really want to? Do you want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? I can keep going. Yeah, I still need some W40. We almost had one fly out. Wasn't that cool? I had one almost fly out. Hold on. It'd be interesting if we have one that flies out on its own. There's a slot right here. I'm waiting for it to come out of there. But if it takes too long. All right, so we got a pop affirmators. This one is wish. And this one is life is beautiful. So part of Sip and Think is I always like to add some positivity into us. So you know what I mean? And these are the two that popped out of the rolling machine. Let's do wish. If you truly put your heart into what you believe in, amazing things can and will happen. Emma Watson. Maybe this goes with consistency. Small, consistent steps taken in the right direction. So that would be under number 3, progress beats intensity. Okay. Life is beautiful. Okay. This one is lose yourself in what you love. Find yourself in what you love. So, I would say lose yourself in what you love, find yourself in what you love by Kobe Yamada. To me would be under you're allowed to evolve. Because it says who you are in January may not be who you are in June, and that's okay. Direction gives you room to change goals, refine habits, and learn what actually works for you. So if you lose yourself in love in January, right, and just full throttle into it, by June, this is just examples here, you will have learned what works for you, which is you would have found yourself in what you love. So that's how correlating that. Okay. Our affirmators, in case you don't know, there are 50 affirmation cards to help you help yourself without self-helpiness. Cleanse your mind, empower your soul, rule the universe. And these are knock knock, say something more. Knockknockstuff.com, or when I do my blog, I can attach these and you can buy them yourself and play at your own will. Right? How to use the cards. There's no wrong way to use these cards. Laws notwithstanding, but here is our suggestion. Turn the cards face down on a table in front of you and shuffle them the way a 3-year-old would. As you mix the cards around, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and silently ask that the cards give you a message that will benefit you at this moment. That they give you directions. I do it my own way. You can do it your own way. You can buy the cards. Yes, I have a blog. It's at sherrystreamcatcher.com. Right now on YouTube, I haven't figured out how to add affiliate links. So jeez, these are dusty. Sure. Okay. I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, Talk to myself for hours. Say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing. I can hold my. All right. So what I did was I shuffled them. Now I'm just going to pick the top one. It's a unicorn. Follow your heart. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes. And when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. For a second, I thought the video was pausing, so I can reread that. It says, follow your heart. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes. And when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. Now, I believe this goes with our topic. Direction, not perfection. Now, this, I would go with number 1, new beginnings are about clarity, not pressure. So it's about resetting mentally and emotionally. Well, our heart goes with our emotions, right? It's trusting yourself. Trust yourself because your heart knows all the best routes. So even if you take the wrong one, or you think is the wrong one, you can always go down another path. Interesting. Notice how the heart has waves behind it. Waves are emotions, right? All right. Do we take another? Power. I am strong. I am grounded. I am powerful. I am like a cross between a dinosaur and a tank, but not a tank that is used for war. I am like a peaceful, loving dino tank who feels so strong it doesn't need to do anything but be. Is that my dragon's blood? Protection. So this one, if we're looking at number 2, perfection creates paralysis, right? Because paralysis will make us stay in one spot. So when people aim for perfection, they often set unrealistic goals, quit after one off day, and feel behind before the month even ends. That's what I'm relating this power to, right? However, the positive from this power card is that it's stating I am a strong individual. So mindset matters, right? However, it's saying I feel so strong, I don't need to do anything but be. And that to me goes with paralysis. Okay, so we took 2 of those. Do you want one more affirmation card, or would you prefer we go into a love and relationship card? It's up to you. You know, we don't have to, that's the beauty of it. We don't have to do it one specific way. We're allowed to change it up. Why not? Let's just crips and giggles. Just want to make sure. Hold on. I can find myself flowers. Write my name in the sand. All right, let's see. See? Sometimes people like to see you shuffle it. I mean, you can hear it, but I don't have the extended camera where I put it over and you can, just watch me shuffle cards. You're going to have to trust me on this one. Okay, I'm shuffling. I don't have a shuffler. Maybe I buy a card shuffler. Right? Okay, let's see what we pulled from this one. Okay, ready? So this one has the unicorn, right? This one looks like a whale unicorn. This one has a unicorn and a rabbit and a rainbow. This had, oh, and the rainbow has stars at the end. This one has hearts at the end of the rainbow. And both are backed by the sunlight, right? But you've got an octopus, a star, and a whale unicorn. So these are love and relationship affirmators. Wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead to the future. But what if I told you, excuse me, it's imperfect. Wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead to the future. But what if you told them to cool their jets and chill a sec? Today, you get to put your mental chatter on pause. Take a deep breath and simply wait and see how things play out before you let your mind run a marathon of imagined scenarios. Wait, and you'll see what wait, and you'll see that waiting and seeing was a lot more productive than wondering and worrying. Wait and see. Right? This one's going to be under sustainable habits start imperfectly. I was completely imperfect reading that without my glasses on. Sustainable habits start imperfectly, so lasting routines are built through trial and error. January is the testing ground, not the final exam. So wait and see. Honesty. Do I wear my glasses for this one? Okay. This heralds a wonderful time of rooting yourself in complete and total honesty. It might seem scary to tell the truth all the time with everyone about everything, but when you practice radical honesty, you can stop hiding and start relaxing. The best part is, honesty from you inspires honesty from others. What results is a rootin' tootin' trust parade, and everyone's invited, except the bagpipe players, but you know they'll show up anyway. So this, to me, honesty let's say honesty is number one. New beginnings are about clarity, not pressure. Why? Because you have to get honest with yourself. And January gives you a reset mentally and emotionally. It's time to ask the questions. What do I want more of this year? And what matters to me? Choosing a direction is enough to begin moving forward, right? And it might seem scary to start, right? But you have to ask yourself those truthful questions. You have to be honest with yourself. What do I want? So you have to get clear of what you want. Be honest with yourself. Yeah, it may seem scary to tell the truth all the time with everyone about everything. But when you practice radical honesty, you can stop hiding and start relaxing. So it's almost like you're becoming one with yourself. All right, so okay, so you got 2 and 2 and 2. So we're on the twos, okay? You got 2 pop affirmation cards, 2 affirmator cards, 2 love and relationship affirmator cards. Now, what else do we have? All right. I like to listen, bitch. So let's go to listen, bitch. Obviously, I don't listen to anyone else but myself, but sometimes I have to listen to other people because they've been trying to tell me the same thing over and over again. And they'll say, Sherry doesn't listen, but Sherry does listen. Sherry listens. Does Sherry act on the listening? So these are listen bitch affirmation cards. Right now I'm doing it a little different. I used to have them in 3 different piles, 1 white, 1 black, and 1 pink. And you know what? I'm going to shuffle them all together and mix them. All right. These are affirmation cards to remind you who the frig you are. There's 50 cards, and these are imported by Listen Bitch Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Sometimes even the strongest people need some uplifting. Use these 50 affirmation cards to remind you of what you're capable of and the love that you friggin' deserve. Read them slowly, repeat them out loud, and then carry on like the legend that you are. That's why I like this. Listen, biatch. Okay. Listen, biatch. Sometimes even the strongest people need some uplifting. Use these 50 affirmation cards to remind you of what you're capable of and the love that you effing deserve. Read them slowly, repeat them out loud, and then carry on like the legend you are. That was on the back of the box that I just read to you, and that is the first card that I just picked. Wow, isn't that amazing? I have 1 white, 1 black, and 1 pink. So the black one says, listen, bitch, sometimes letting go is the best way to free yourself. Let go of what doesn't serve you so that you can close 2025 and move forward into a new door with 2026. Listen, bitch, pink. You will get to where you want to be. It's effing inevitable. So this goes with direction, not perfection. Okay. myself flowers. I just have to do the work. Write my name in the sand. Talk to myself for hours. Say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing. All right, so now these are what I call love bomb kindness cards, okay? I love putting kindness and love out there, so this is why I do this, not only for myself, but for everyone around me and all of you. Can you remember when someone's kind words made your day or even changed your life? Express your appreciation by delivering a love bomb in person or anonymously. It only takes a moment to create a truly priceless feeling. When you receive a card, treasure it forever or enjoy the feeling of passing it along to someone else. So this is from positiveatmosphere.com. Okay. I know it would be easier, Sherry, if you just shuffled them beforehand. Yeah, but then, sometimes I like to. It kind of, depends on the subject or the topic. It's the beauty of being able to adjust, right? Do things. Doesn't bother me. You have great taste. You have great taste. Thanks. So do you. You're unique in that way. It's a privilege to have you as a friend. Well, if you're subscribed to any of my channels, Sherry's Dreamcatcher, Dating Sherry. Oh, yeah, everybody's dating Sherry. Some are double dating Sherry. But, yeah, and Sip and Think. There you go. You're friends. Ooh. I'm only doing 2 of those. Why? Because I want to. So I've done 2 of all the other cards except for the Listen Bitch. Why? Because I wanted one of each color. That's why. And I can. All right. I don't have to get into all of these other ones, but we've got daily positive thoughts and affirmation for wealth and success. We have growth mindset affirmation, and we have daily positive thoughts and affirmations. So why don't we, because everybody wants to know what's going on with their wealth of success, we can do some daily positive thoughts and affirmations for wealth and success, if that makes you feel happy, so that you can find out, like, is my bank account going to be negative or is it going to be positive? Sherry, I just need to add more money to my bank. Can you please just put that out there into the universe? Sure, why not? I'll be like Oprah. You get money, and you get money. We all get money. You all get wealth and success. Wealth and success is determined by you. You put the value to that, right? All right. I am knowledgeable, resourceful, and competent. I already have everything I need to achieve my dreams. That is your daily positive thoughts and affirmations for wealth and success. Yes, I will pull one more. I am intentional with my money and my time. I always use them wisely. So if you have told yourself that this year you're going to save more than you did last year, You need to be intentional with that goal. And again, you can also do that inch by inch. Remember, direction is not perfection. New beginnings are about clarity, not pressure. Perfection creates paralysis. Progress beats intensity. You're allowed to evolve, compound. Sustainable habits start imperfectly. So, okay, you have everything you need. If you don't ask, and resources will be there and available for you. Right? You have a goal you want to achieve. You're going to figure out, how am I going to get to that goal? You might have to talk to some resources or people and say, how did you do it? How did you get there? Maybe they can give you some advice, Maybe they have some wisdom you can listen to, Okay, next one is growth mindset affirmations, right? Well, it's January. This is our first video of 2026 for Sip and Think, right? So we're hoping, at least in Q1, to grow from here. We want to evolve. We won't know, and we won't be able to recap at least until the beginning of Q2. So that's all I know. So I love tackling a new skill. Yes and no. Can you see it? Listen, I worked on my lighting video earlier today. I'm trying to get better at this camera thing. It's not as easy as it looks. It's a new skill. Take it on with enthusiasm. So here it says, what's something I'm looking forward to learning about this week? Well, this week I'm learning how to do a YouTube live video with my notes off to the side. That's a new skill for me. And I'm trying to read it without my glasses because I don't like the glare of the lighting with my glasses. But eventually we're just going to have to see the reflection because, I have to read. I'm not ready for Braille yet. Let's see. What's a new skill I've learned recently? So earlier today, I learned how to connect my wireless mouse and my wireless keyboard to my laptop. That's how simple the task was. But with that task, oh my God, you should have seen me trying to video it. First, I did the video and I didn't have my microphone plugged all the way in. So, of course, I did the video. But Sherry, there was no sound, right? So then I had to redo the video, right? Now I finally got the sound into the right hole, right? Into the USB audio stereo sound adapter, right? I had the plug part of the microphone because I did not open up my wireless microphone yet today. So yeah, we're going on the microphone that's wired in to the computer. So recently I learned how to use my microphone, right? But anyways, I learned how to do a video on my laptop using the camera, but I had to do it multiple times because then there were these setting boxes that would pop up and I'm like, what is this? They're like, oh, you can draw a line, you can do snippet edits. That is a new skill that I recently learned today. Obviously I don't have it down because I don't know how it popped up and where it came from. Anyways, whatever. Needless to say, I now have a wireless mouse and a wireless keyboard connected to my laptop. Whew. What's a new skill I'd like to acquire in the near future? What steps do I have to take to make this happen? Obviously, my new skills are going to have to be with videoing and video editing. That is something I'm going to have to learn how to do. But I'm only going to be able to learn as if I do it, right? And I've had to ask for help. So, what's an area of interest that lights my heart on fire when I think about it, and why? Um, hmm. Yeah, I know you want me to go back to having my heart lead the direction, you know? So it's an area of interest that I love tackling. I guess that would say what I'm doing now. I'm trying to tackle it day by day to see what results will come out of it. So then I can adjust in Q2, right? So, and my next one, I am beautiful. I am a beautiful work in progress, and I enjoy the journey of my life. You guys saw me shuffle. I just picked the first two top cards. All right, hold on. A work in progress. Sherry, that you are. And I enjoy the journey of my life. Yeah, well, this new skill is a journey, and it's actually my life. So, yes, how can I make the most of today? This is it. I am on here making videos and finding topics and reading affirmation cards, trying to put positivity and love out into the universe, as well as trying to help myself and everyone around me, including you, have some form of a growth mindset so that we can evolve. What did I, oh, there we go. What am I most grateful for today? I am most grateful for today. One is waking up. You know, we have to be grateful every day and thank the Lord that we woke up today. Thank the Lord that we had a good day. We know that there's going to be good and bad days, but I'm grateful that it was actually a good day. Grateful that I had food on the table, food for dinner. I did stuffed shells last night and I had extras, so that's what we're having. Leftover stuffed shells tonight for dinner, and I'm grateful that we have food. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to get on here. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Grateful for today. Whew, I'm grateful that I have a plan, a plan of action. I'm grateful that I know that I want more this year than last year. What helps me slow down and feel more present? Hmm. Hmm. Energy. When my energy is like through the roof, my anxiety becomes through the roof. And through this process, sometimes I know I have to kind of slow myself down because I'm trying to get the things out of my head out to you. So it's my energy. It's telling me to slow down. So that's what helps me. And if I have slow energy today, I'll be super slow like a slug too. That's my answer for that. What do I love most about my life right now? What I love most about my life right now is that it's a new slate, you know, and that I'm looking through the lens of opportunity and optimism. And I feel as though I have a better understanding of how to block the negativity or the negative energy that comes towards me. Um, it's almost like I feel like at any time negative vibes come towards me, I like shut it down immediately. So I try to, anyways. Anything that I feel is not showing positive light or moving me in a forward direction, um, I feel it's like my aura feels okay. I don't know if it feels balanced, but it just feels okay at the moment. I just hope that it stays that way so I can continue, um, and not letting all this bad stuff come towards me. It's like I don't want any of that bad stuff, you know? Um, let's see. So right now I love the peacefulness and the fact that with that peace, I'm able to create and express. I guess that's the answer I'm looking for. There is no right or wrong answer. If I could give my younger self advice, what would it be? uh, want to know what's weird is when I was younger, I had all these dreams and aspirations to take care of family and be very successful. And there's two things that I'm going with this. But I'm only going to stick to one. So, if I could give my younger self advice, what would it be? If I was back in my 20s, I would have went to college instead of not going to college. I went to business school, but I dropped out like 3 weeks before I graduated business school, so I was unable to get my certificate. And I didn't go back to college until after I had 3 kids. I wish I had the mental and emotional capacity to go right after high school, um, and get my career situated first and start on my 401k back in my 20s. I remember being in class when I was in my late 20s, like 27. I was in class at the community college at one of the campuses, and my teacher was talking about 401k and stocks and all of that. And at that time, I was like, God, man, I wish I had done that when I was like 18. But wasn't thinking. I kept thinking, I was just like tunnel vision of what was going on with me at that moment and not really thinking about the future. So if I could give my younger self advice, what would it be? It would be learn how to control your emotions so that you could, get yourself stable, you know. I guess that's what I would say. What is one area of my life I've grown the most in the past year? Um, reading my energy, reading my body, my health, um, putting more trust into myself. Yeah. Anyways, on to the next. Um, Daily positive thoughts and affirmations. Let's see. Oh, that one came out on its own. So we'll have to take this one. I love myself unconditionally. I give myself space to make mistakes and grow. I enjoy this journey of my life. So that is the daily positive thoughts and affirmations. I'm going to stick with just that one because it popped out as I was shuffling. So it was meant for me to see this and to tell myself that I love myself unconditionally, that it's okay to give myself some space, make mistakes, and grow. And again, back to our topic, right? Sustainable habits. Number 5, start imperfectly. Lasting routines are built through trial and error. So while you're going through these trials and errors, you need to give yourself some space to make those mistakes. You need to go through these trials and errors in order to um, grow. Grow in a direction that you've chosen for 2026. Thank you for joining me here at Sherry's Sip and Think. I hope you enjoyed this evening's topic. I will try to break it up for you with some YouTube shorts. I will also put my blog together. I don't have an exact time on that yet, as this is all a creation, right? We're building habits, and I have to set realistic goals in order to achieve them. But this is your first and one video for the 2026 plan for Sip and Think with Sherry. Thank you and enjoy your Friday evening.